Hello and welcome to the Bloke on the Range FAQ. By vaguely popular demand, here we are to answer various questions that have come up in the comments on various videos. So let's start with, Chap, where do we live?
We live in Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Just clearing that up once and for all.
Yes. Switzerland, not the UK, not Canada, nowhere else. Switzerland, it's not Sweden. Apparently gives people some difficulty sometimes.
No such thing as a Swiss Mauser.
Yes. Or a Swedish K31. Sorry, I just had to move the camera there. Okay.
What's next?
Next question is, what are the gun laws like in Switzerland? Actually, in European terms, they're pretty good. They're not that bad at all.
No, they're practical, so.
Yeah. It's a bit, in a way, it's a bit like the States in that everything's based around acquisition, and if you acquired it legally, you own it legally. For people with permanent residency and citizens, there's basically 4 levels of control. There's forbidden weapons that you need a special exemption permit for, and we're talking machine guns, silencers are on that, and surprisingly another thing they're silly about here is laser sights. Not allowed laser sights.
Don't like them. No.
Don't like them, so taping a laser pointer to a rifle you need an exemption permit for.
Yeah.
Then you've got the bulk of things which require an acquisition permit, and this is your semi-auto rifles, handguns, lever actions, pump actions, foreign military bolt action rifles, and then you've got a level of control which is a declaration, where you don't need a permit to acquire it, but the person who sells it to you has to inform the police that you've got it.
This sign is a form.
Yes, you sign a contract, you send a copy of the contract to the fuzz.
And you have to keep that contract for 10 years.
Yeah. And
somewhere in the filing cabinet.
To be honest, you're mad if you don't keep it longer, but whatever. So what goes in here is hunting rifles, hunting shotguns, bunny killers. The 6mm Flobo bunny killers are in there.
Swiss straight pulls.
Yeah, Swiss straight pulls, Vetelis, Swiss military rifles that aren't semi-autos, basically. And the last thing is completely free things, pre-1870, which is free to own for anybody.
Over 18.
Over 18, obviously. Now, other things they're funny about, realistic replicas, you have to declare them.
Yeah. Any air gun over 7.5 joules.
Yeah, you have to declare them.
Declare those.
But not get a permit first, it's just they fall under the same rules as the K31, for instance. And yeah, if you've not been here such that you've got permanent residency or a foreigner, you have to provide a piece of paper from your home country saying you can own firearms, which is a bit of a pain, but oh well.
Depends how cooperative your home government is on that.
Yeah. So, next one. This one comes up a lot. I heard you can't keep ammunition at home.
Well, you can. It depends which one.
Yep.
Any ammunition you buy on the range, and we're talking
military ammo.
Military ammos on a military range, you have to consume it on the range or hand it back in. So that you can't take home with you.
Commercial ammo, not a problem.
Yeah. And there are sometimes checks.
Yes, I know someone that got stopped in a spot check after the Feldschießen and had a round of ammunition he shouldn't have had. Got him into all sorts of bother. But, yes. And it's not a safety issue. It's the fact that the ammunition is subsidised, so they don't want people buying vast quantities of it and using it not for the intended purpose. Give us a minute. There we go. Yeah, so you can buy commercial equivalent to GP11. There's various historic collectible GP11 you can buy, but you can't buy the current issue stuff and take it home. Clear? Right. Oh, this is a sweet one. How did the bloke and the chap meet?
Well, it was a dark, stormy night. Oh,
It was dark.
you mean the real story? Okay.
Yeah. It was dark.
It was.
I walked into my local gun shop in Holland, and
I was walking out of this said gun shop in Holland.
yeah, basically, with Mrs. the chap.
And the gunsmith said, "Hey, here's one of your workmates."
Right, well, there's like 3,600 of them. Who's he?
Yep.
Oh, hello. And that was it, really?
Yep. What's next?
Okay, what's your favourite gun you own?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I know.
I guess in terms of aesthetics and mechanics, I would have to say the Bavarian Werder rifle, or Werder. I'm sure we'll find it on my website. Perhaps we can put a link into it.
We can do that.
It's basically pretty much the ultimate development of the Martini action. So dropping block, self-adapting, built like a watch inside. The whole action is in one cassette. And it's pretty advanced at the time. Over to you.
My favourite gun to shoot, actually, and I'm sure this will disappoint a lot of people, is actually my Hammerly SP20 Sport Pistol. Bit dull, bit modern, bit boring. Otherwise, I really quite like my Spaghetti M1 Grand Garand. People keep telling. However I pronounce it, people criticise me, so I don't care. Like that one a lot.
Weapon that goes ping.
Yeah, machine that goes ping. Next one, this is one we get a lot as well. Is it safe to shoot GP11 in a 1911 or a 96/11? Let me see, did the Swiss adopt a cartridge in 1911 and then not adopt a rifle until 2 years later?
Great foresight. No.
Well, this one again.
Shut up!
Let's try that one again. Now, let me see here. Did the Swiss adopt a cartridge in 1911 and then wait 20 years to adopt a rifle for it, while the old ammunition doesn't fit in the 1911 series rifles and they stopped making it anyway?
I know they had neutrality, but that's taking things a bit far.
Yes, GP11 is the only cartridge intended for the 1911 series rifles. Someone's going to ask this question again.
Or /11 rifles.
Whoa. Pedant. Okay, next one. When did you start shooting?
Ooh, when did I start shooting? Oh, let's wind back the clock. University. That would have been 98, 99.
Mine goes back even further than that because we had a 25-yard prone small bore rifle range at school, so I started age 13, which, well, that puts us back to 1994. Oh, late shot there.
What else have we got?
What can you shoot on a normal public range?
There is actually a list.
Yes.
Obviously, for rifle, it's pretty easy. Anything that shoots GP11 and GP90, well, it's in 1990. This includes the whole military rifles and the target rifles.
And Sturmgewehr 90s, so SIG 550s.
Yeah.
You can also shoot a type rifle in a different caliber, but people tend to shoot the issue ammo because it's quite good. Useful.
James Bond on exercise.
Philly. Philly James Bond.
Pistol, it's a bit more complicated.
Yeah, pistol are a bit more liberal, generally. Often they won't let you shoot over 9mm or 38. Why did we do this here, not somewhere else? Because it would be funny.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the earliest you can shoot is the P40. There's the Luger series, and then it ends with whatever they're shooting now. It depends on what agency you're in, but whatever service pistol you have for a Swiss civilian.
There's a whole bunch of Glocks and HKs that you can shoot in the Feldschießen because some official Swiss government agency uses them. Sphinxes as well.
Yep.
With rifles, informally you can sometimes shoot other rifles, but they're not. Depends on your club. Some clubs are fine with it, other clubs are not fine with it at all.
Usually the excuse is insurance rescues.
Yeah.
There's no obvious, blatant definition.
No. Next one, are there private ranges? Yes, there are.
Yes.
Varying degrees of private ranges. One you've seen quite a lot in the videos is a private black powder club. There's Brunig Indoor, which is this massive cavern carved into the mountain where you can shoot 300 metres indoor and clay pigeon and all sorts. There's one that's also appeared on videos, which is an underground shooting range not a million miles away from where we're sitting right now. They tend to be quite expensive though. It's generally quite expensive here.
It's not uncommon for most fairly large sized gun shops to have at least a 25 metre range where they can bore sight, zero in whatever they've got. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the cost is usually quite prohibitive. Almost.
There's the one I'm thinking of near here, an annual membership which gives you free access a couple of nights a week is sort of 750 francs or something. Or it's 45 francs for a lane for an evening.
Yes.
It's not cheap. It's something you wouldn't want to do every week.
Yeah. And if you plan an evening, you've got 5 hours, bring loads of guns. Okay, then it becomes more reasonable. But yeah, you wouldn't do it every week.
No. So, final one. You have an accent. Are you British? Yes.
Kind of. We'll let you work on that one.
So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments below. We'll try and get around to them at some point. We don't do Patreon or anything at the moment, so there's none of these privilege of people who've paid us money. We're not.
No.
That's not really our thing yet, anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. Depends what questions come up.
Yeah. If they're of a very personal nature, we might have to put a price on them. Anyway, like and subscribe, like our Facebook page, and hope to see you again on the range sometime. Bye. I'm not quite in the middle. Ah! That's an outtake.